Happy New Year's. I hope you guys are having a great 2025. I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for watching my channel, for subscribing. When I first started this channel, I never thought I'd see the subscribers I have today, which are only 240 people, but I am blessed to have that many watching my shows. I don't think I'm that great of an entertainer. There we go, entertainer. But I hope you're enjoying what I'm putting out there. When I first started this, I was talking to my friend who has a channel, and he does really good. He has a lot of viewers and stuff. And he said, you know what, just get the first video out, try. And, you know, and as you put more out each week, you'll get better. And the very first video I did was on my cell phone that had a cracked screen, changing the brakes in my wife's BMW. And then I went to another video of my Polaris Ranger side-by-side with some doors. So today I thought, well, let's get back to that Polaris Ranger. Let's talk about it a little bit more. That seemed to get some good views. So you're looking at me from inside, and I'm outside the Ranger. Don't run me over. Just joking. And we're talking about what I'm installing today on it. As you can see right there in front of you, we have a cab heater. Now, my Polaris Ranger, when I bought it back in 2023, was a Polaris Ranger Premium 1000 Crew. So what's the difference between a Premium Ranger versus what you've maybe heard, the North Star Edition or the XP Edition, and what's the difference between a General and the Razors that are out there? So everyone there's just so many different kinds of models out there, especially just in Polaris. Then you've got Yamaha, you've got that Yamaha new YXZ, whatever my son was telling me about. It's a manual shift. Thing looks wicked fast. What a beast, right? And then you've got their Wolverine edition. And I remember when Yamaha made a Wolverine, it was a four-wheeler. So, I mean, they've got all different kind of names out there. There's anywhere from the Gators that John Deere makes to the mules that Kawasaki made, right? And they've all kind of, you know, transformed as the years gone on. These things are getting to be more like Jeeps and trucks than anything else. So when it was time for me to buy my Polaris Ranger, I looked at what was out there. I kind of thought, you know, I really like the workhorse. I like the big, rugged, tough machine. And I wanted to take that big, rugged, tough machine and make it a little bit tougher and make it Jimmy rigged, right? I wanted to make it how I liked it. Put my additions. I didn't want to buy a North Star. I didn't want to buy the XP version. I wanted to buy the basic version and then make it my way. Like I said, the Jimmy rigged version. So let me kind of talk to you about some things I've done. So today I'm putting in this new heater. It's a cab heater. And when I was a kid, we used to have these on our tractors. I called my friend who works down the John Deere dealer. And I said, hey, you got any of them cab heaters in stock? No, but he sent me a link on Amazon where they the same ones they sell. And they push out a little heat in them. They're not too bad. They're not going to make this thing 80 degrees inside it. They're just going to take the edge off. That's all they were ever meant for. And that's all I wanted to this. I don't want an enclosed $70,000 side-by-side. If I wanted that, I'd buy me a Jeep. And I don't like Dodge, so I wouldn't buy me a Jeep anyways. But anyways, that's besides the point. So I got this cab heater in. I'm doing some electrical work to it. I've got it mounted to the cup holders. It, you know, can come in and out when I wanted to. It's pretty simple. It's not left in there good. And I'm over here on this side trying to do the wiring to it. And I'm going to explain to you, we're going to do some things on the bus bar over here, or bus or pulse, whatever they want to call it, and how you hook things up. So basically, if I can find my wire, Polaris makes this bus bar for when you want to hook up your accessories, or as they call it, a pulse bar. And let me grab this real quick. So basically what it is it's like a fuse panel, and I'll grab my camera here in a minute and show you. But they give you these little plug-in wires, if you can see them here, and they have 3 wires on them. They have the black ground, the blue power wire, which goes to your ignition, and the red wire, which goes to power, constant power. And you plug them in, and that's the way you hook up your accessories. Well, because I got the basic model of Polaris, the Polaris Premium Edition, and all the premium means is it's got electric steering, you know, which I think some of the Rangers when they first came out didn't have that. This one has that. That's more the premium model. It doesn't have this dual overhead cam engine. It only has a single overhead cam engine. So the North Star XP and those versions have the dual overhead cam, which gives you more horsepower. But this thing's perfect the way it is. And I like it for my needs. So anyways, we're going to add this accessory. I was going to show you guys how to do that this week, but when I went to the Polaris dealer, they were out of stock. Thank God I found one on Amazon. they're going to have it here within the next couple days. So next week's video, we'll show you how to upgrade that. And also I ordered some new upgraded shocks for it because this thing rides like a tank. And so I got some gas filled shocks that have reservoirs on them, kind of like a Fox shock, but they're Rough Country's edition that I really liked. Saw some reviews, a lot of people commented on them. They're nitrogen filled, you can actually refill them, and so they're all that kind of cool stuff. So when we get those in, we show them, we'll get those installed, and it's supposedly supposed to make a big improvement in the ride. We'll see how it does as we're trying to get this prepped for the spring and the snert run up there in Tug Hill, if you aren't familiar with that. So that's a lot of information I'm throwing at you real quick. So let me grab my camera. We'll walk around, kind of talk about what I've done to this Ranger to make it the Jimmy Rig version. Okay, so back here's that pulse bar I was talking about. You can see there's 3 of them here where you plug that in. Your power comes into here, there's a fuse, and then you run all your accessories off of this. So right now I just kind of hooked this up to see if the heater worked. The heater works pretty good. And so I just want to add 3 more things, 3 more buses for whatever plugs or whatever, pulse, whatever you want to call them. So anyways, that's what we're going to do. So you can see there's a heater on the back side of the window. That heater was like 50 bucks. I could have put in one that had the hooked your antifreeze and did all that stuff and got a good, good heater in it. But as you can walk around, you'll see my doors don't close tight. They're not sealed doors or half doors with just some canvas tops on them. So it wouldn't have mattered anyways, all the heat would have been gone. I just needed something to get them off the coldness out of there and take the edge off it in the outside. So back up here a little bit. As you can tell, we have, this is the front of my Polaris. It's got the 4,500 pound winch with the synthetic rope. I really like that. It has the magnet stop so it doesn't yank it all the way up in there. I did change the hook on the end of it. Did put these things on. Right now, for some reason, it's left my mind. That's what happens when you get old. You can't remember nothing. So I put those on the front of it, which I think looks pretty cool. I got the big light bar on the front. It brightens up pretty good. I did not put a light bar on the top just because I wouldn't be able to get it into the garage where I park it. It would have been so high. As you can see from the front of it, it looks pretty tough compared to what you get when you get the premium edition. The premium edition, I think, comes with 12-inch rims, 25-inch tires, or 26-inch tires, maybe even 27. I don't know. They're tiny tires. The thing looks like a golf cart on it, basically, with like mud tires on it. It just did not look good. I just hated the look of it. So I put a 2.5-inch lift kit from Marshall Moto Arts, which is a really nice lift kit on it. 30-inch tires with 14-inch rims. These are Moose tires. They're 10 ply. I've got 17 inches of clearance without a long travel kit or anything like that. 17 inches of clearance just with a 2.5-inch kit, lift kit, and 30-inch tires and 14-inch rims. And as you can see on the side, it gives you a nice stance. I really like the stance of it. The only thing I don't like about it is how it rides like a tank. So I'm hoping with the new shock upgrades that we're going to put from Rough Country with the reservoirs should make a big difference. They're selectable rides on it. They're from a 0 to a 3-inch lift you can put on the shock itself. The standard shock from Polaris, you can go to, I think, 2-inch lift by adjusting the spring tension, but I didn't want to do that. I was afraid if I did that, it was going to make it an even harder ride. So I wanted to keep the suspension kind of stock, but just do the quick 2.5-inch lift, which is off the top of the shock. Amazing, does a really good job. I got the Polaris windshield with the Polaris windshield wiper. I mounted the sprayer in the front over there, so it does spray water on it. I've got the rear view mirrors on there. Like I said, I did make a video before of the Shock Pro doors from Motorsports. Really nice doors, very quality build doors. I like the price of them. Check him out on his website. He's got some new upgrades that are really nice. Go check out the video I made prior. I'll put it in the... Sorry, some reason it just stopped recording. So then we got the back window I put in, and you can see the lights on the back. Those lights come in real handy when you're riding on Tug Hill, especially if it's really dusty and the trails are full of dust. In the summer, you can't see who's in front of you. You turn them on, and they kind of break through the dust. So if someone's coming up behind you real fast, they see you're there. So it works out pretty good. I got the tinted back window. If I was to do it again, I don't know if I'd keep the plastic one. It does scratch really easy when you're trying to clean it, so you gotta be careful when you clean it. As you can see, my orange triangle, my side-by-side identifies as a horse and buggy, because in New York State, for some reason, they do not want to make you so you can register these, and they're losing a lot of money, but that's a whole nother subject we can get in at another time. So just know I identify as a Amish buggy. Got a rear bumper on it, and that's about it. I haven't done anything, any kind of like clutching on it. I haven't done, anything you can. I know you can program the computers in them. You can kind of do all that fancy stuff. I did not get into all that. It's just a basic single overhead engine. I didn't want to start messing with all that stuff. The only thing I've done to it since I bought it brand new in 2023, the only thing that I've had to replace on it, besides the oil and do the break-in kit when that first went through after so many hours, is I had to replace the rear, and I think I did a video on it, the rear drive shaft, the rear CV joints, because they broke. And I made a mistake and bought them off of Amazon. You got two for cheap, and they were cheap. I put them on, one run ride, the boot was ripped, oil was all over the place, grease was all over the place. Put the second one on that came in, same thing. So I said, you know what? I'm going to Polaris. I got a heavy duty one since then. Beautiful, no problems. On the inside, I do have this Boss radio that I mounted on the roof. Works really good. The rear view mirror. The Boss radio does have, if you can see over here, it does have a USB thing there, and it does have RCA cable ports right there. So if you wanted to add, a subwoofer, you can there. And like I said, we're just mounting now the heater. And that's basically all I've done to it. Put the new suspension in it, should be really good. You could spend a ton of money on these things. And one of the reasons why I chose Polaris and why I like Polaris so much is all the accessories that are available out there. You can accessorize this thing to no end. You can, long travel kits on them. You can just kind of go crazy with them. So I just have really, really enjoyed this since I've owned it, brand new. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to look at it with me. Sorry guys, my camera shut off on me. So anyways, get back to it. This is my Jimmy rigged version of my Polaris Ranger. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this week's video. When the parts come in, I would hope to get a little bit more detailed this week on how to install the heater, but we're waiting for some parts. So as soon as they come back, we'll get them put in. And when the shocks come in, we'll get that put in and go from there. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like, comment, and share. Let me know your thoughts on what you guys have, or if you have a Ranger or not, and what kind of side-by-side you like. And hopefully we'll see you guys out on the trail. Thanks again.